IT Expo, Los Angeles, California, 2008.
Good afternoon and welcome again, coming to you from IT Expo West out in Los Angeles. I'm Eric Linask, and I'm sitting now with one of our keynote speakers from yesterday's sessions, XD Huang, who is General Manager of Microsoft's Response Point. Welcome, XD.
I'm glad to be here.
So let's start off with your keynote address. What were some of the key points that you were making as you were talking about the transition that our industry is now going through?
I really talked about the magic of software, how that will change everyone's life, including business communications. I discussed, unified communication with magic of software will simplify everything, bring people together. Microsoft has a number of products, such as Response Point, Office Communication Server. So we have a comprehensive strategy to bring the magic of software to the communication industry. We believe that, over the last 10 years, the computer industry has evolved from, say, a very simple command to the graphic user interface, to the internet, point and click on the URL. The next phase will be the natural user interface. So a new era is coming. On the response point, there's a signature button, the blue magic button we call, that has really a lot of technology behind it. For example, if you and I, in a phone call, I need to transfer this call to Rich, I can easily press the magic blue button, say, transfer my call to Rich. The system understands the context and can really just identify Rich's number and pass your call to Rich. I can hang up, continue on my work. Most of the time, if you're on the computer, you need to call someone. The first thing you do is really first find out the number of the person. With the magic blue button, that's the history. So you press the same magic blue button, call Michael, your call will go through to Michael. So that's only a baby step. In the keynote yesterday, I demonstrated a number of key technologies for Microsoft to bring the natural user interface to the public. So the magic blue button is only a baby step. So you should expect more to come. The second thing I talked about is really specific to communication industry. Just like what happened to the computer industry in the 70s. You had a lot of vendors, top to bottom, hardware, software, application, channel, sales. With Microsoft, Intel, we returned that industry from vertical to horizontal. The communication industry today, like you have PBX vendors, top to bottom, is almost identical to what we had in the computer industry in the 70s. A transformation is coming. We were going to transform that from a vertical into horizontal. So you have companies focus on what they do best, and the people, customers, they have better choice. They can select and mix and match with different kinds of solutions. With Response Point, I'm very happy we have a number of ecosystem partners working together to make that transition. So Microsoft will not transform the industry. We need a lot of people. So this is a win-win for partners, for customers. Those are the two key points I made.
So it really sounds like one of the things that you're talking about is really turning communications into intelligent communications. Like you say, at the touch of a button and a couple of words, transferring a call from me to Rich. Is that really the idea?
Yeah. So we believe that a lot of evolution. For example, graphic user interface. Why did people abandon command, DOS, move to Windows? Because graphic user interface is so much easier to manage. Internet has been around for a long time. Not until you have this point-and-click browser that really took the mainstream. Apple's iPod, because of the touch iPhone, that changed everything. The smartphone has been around for a long time. Another example is Wii. When you play the game, you play tennis, you have this natural interaction with the game. That really changed everything. So Microsoft is not the only company that recognizes the value of a natural user interface. We, as a company, is betting big on them natural user interface. So our investment on voice recognition, gesture, touch, surface like the product, exchange, you have unified message, you can actually call and find out the information. So those are the examples of what we have been doing and what the industry has been doing. And Blue Button is really one of the highlights. Just with one touch, you can basically reach anyone you want. And more is yet to come, because we believe that multimodal interaction is really, really fundamental to transform the industry. That's just on the user interface part. And on the industry as a whole, for communication, we don't like this vertical industry. It's all vendor-based. You have to really use one from top to bottom. Now we have all the choices. For example, we announced to have Clear One audio conference for response point. Quinton has this T1 gateway and the FXS adapter. They can mix and match working with Syspan, response point system, or D-Link, or Astra. Really, that just provide a lot of freedom and choices for our customers.
That's fantastic, and certainly a lot of the partners that XD has just been talking about, you can find them on our show floor later at the show as well. XD certainly an awful lot happening in the space around unified communications and the magic of software, as you say. For those of you who would like to revisit or missed XD's keynote address, it will be available at www.itexpo.com. So be sure to check that out as well. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. If you want to find more information about our natural user interface effort, come to visit magicbluebutton.com.
magicbluebutton.com. Thank you.